algorithm except to go back to down to the right? Up? Meet the Rubik's Cube, an awesome toy and puzzle combination that has been challenging and frustrating people for decades on end. Enter Minecraft, a cultural phenomenon that has been shaking up the world and changing how gaming is viewed in today's society. My friends, we are about to combine the two, and believe it or not, it's easier than you thought to do. Hey, what's going on, guys? Log.zip here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make your very own Minecraft-themed Rubik's Cube in 5 easy steps. Now you've got an awesome cube that you can show off to your friends, decorate with, or even use to keep your brain sharp. I'm going to break down the process step by step so that you can make your very own cube, and odds are it's only going to cost you a few bucks and a couple hours of your time. I'm also going to give you some tips and information on some steps you can take to perfect your own Minecraft Rubik's Cube, and we're going to be having a live demonstration of this baby being solved at the end of the video. But before we get to that, you're going to need to know a few things first. We are going to be cutting with sharp objects, so if you're not old enough to do that safely on your own, get someone older to help you. I also want to briefly go over the supplies we're going to need for this project. I'm going to go into further detail in step 1 of this video, but essentially you need a cube, sticker paper, scissors, an X-Acto knife or something similar to an X-Acto knife to fine-tune your cuts, and you're going to need a printer that can print sticker paper. Odds are your current printer can print sticker paper just fine. But once you have all that, it's time to begin. Step 1 of 5 is simple. You need to buy your supplies. You've got 2 very simple options that stand out above all the other ones. You can either buy all your supplies in a local toy store or an arts and crafts store, or you can do the easier option, which is probably to be to buy it online. I actually went to a store to buy my Rubik's Cube and stickers, but you can also get them online. We are here on Amazon. You don't have to use Amazon, but this is the website that is most popular in my opinion. You can find both cubes as well as matte and glossy sticker paper online for as little as $5 each. Upon typing in Rubik's Cube, you'll see a bunch of different options for different cubes you can get. I personally went with the Rubik's Cube game, this first result here. That is the cube I'm going to be working with for this demonstration. There are different cubes, and some of them are more reasonably pricey. This one is only $4, but they may not work the exact same way if you use a cube that is not the one I got, which is this first one right up here. And when it comes to stickers, you want to get the glossy sticker paper in my opinion. It's really going to make the cube shine when light hits it, and it's the same price as matte sticker paper. I got this brand sticker paper for this demonstration as well. However, if you were to look by price and sort on Amazon through price, you can find glossy sets of sticker paper for as little as $5 as well. You've got a lot of options, you got a lot of leeway here. Finally, you're going to want to make sure you've got something to cut with, so any standard scissors, and you would probably want to get an X-Acto knife. Now, these things are very sharp, so remember to have someone to help you if you're not comfortable working with sharp objects. But this is going to be used to fine-tune the sticker placement, especially with that Rubik's brand cube, because it's got nice and easy grooves for you to follow with the knife. It's going to make placing these stickers a lot easier later. Oh, and you might need a printer, you know, to print the stickers. Now, step 2 is figuring out what you want on your cube faces. This can be whatever you want. It technically doesn't even have to be a Minecraft theme, but then why are you watching this video again? I'm just kidding. Take a search engine and type in whatever topic you want for your faces. For me, I'm gonna do some ores, so I guess I'll type in, oh, I don't know, diamond ore. So what we have here are a bunch of different images. You want to find the one with the most solid colors, you see, solid, real solid colors, and the ones with the sharpest edges, because whatever you find on here is what's going to print out. So you'll see some of these look a little dirty or muddled or grainy. You want to stay away from those ones. Go for solid colors and go for sharp edges. Otherwise, you know, stay away from watermarked images. It doesn't take too long to search. Just give a good search and find what you want to put on your cube. Step 3 is editing. Don't let that word scare you. It's easy. What is awesome is that the images we only need are 170 by 170 pixels. This is assuming you bought the Rubik's Cube brand cube, which is what I got, and you'll notice that this image is 1920 by 1080 pixels. We only need 170 by 170, and we need it to be a square shape. So once you find the image you want to use, you're going to want to drag it to your desktop as such, and then you can open it in your favorite image editing software. For me, I'm going to use Photoshop. I'm also going to show how you can use Microsoft Paint as well. So we'll go ahead and grab the square tool, and you're essentially just going to want to make a square shape around where you want the face to be. Now, in this case, this was rough. I would be more precise if I were doing this actually, but I've already made the cube. So what we'll do is we'll now crop this image down. So now it's a perfect square, and then in Photoshop, I will go to File, Save for Web, and then we will change the image size here to 170 by 170. That's going to resize it down, and then from there, once it is saved, you can actually just print it out through Photoshop as well. Alternatively, if all you have is something like Microsoft Paint, that is fine as well. You can drag it into your Paint program as seen here, and then you can just resize it the very same way. Well, first of all, let's make this a little bit easier to see. Perfect. So you go to resize. Well, first of all, we do the same process here. Find the area that you want to have on the cube. Make sure in this little spot right down here where my mouse is, that they are the same dimensions. It doesn't even have to be a pretty size. They just have to be the same dimensions exactly. So 995 by 985 is going to work just as well. Click crop, then click resize, and once again in Paint, you'll switch this down to 170 by 170. And now you can print that out as well. Now once you have found, saved, cropped, and resized all 6 of your cube faces, it's time for the next step. Step 4 is to print. As you can see here, the glossy paper really adds to the overall finish of the stickers, and it makes it feel like an actual toy you could find somewhere. It's almost certain you'll make a couple mistakes when cutting and using the X-Acto knife in the next step, so you'll probably want to use up as much of the space on the paper as you can. So print out as many cube faces on one sheet as possible. Make sure whatever sticker paper you get is compatible with your printer type, usually an inkjet or laserjet, but double check regardless. And now, step 5. The final step, and arguably the most time-consuming step. We are now cutting, pasting, and trimming our cube face stickers to sit on top of each individual plastic cube. Understand that the edges of each picture are going to be trimmed off, so keep that in mind when you're choosing your images. The Rubik's Brown cube faces are 57 centimeters each, with the colored area of each smaller cube measuring 15 centimeters. 57 centimeters is about 162.5 pixels, so we printed out at 170 pixels to have some room for mistakes. With your stickers cut out, flatten all the sides of your cube by pressing it down against a hard surface on all the different faces. Then, carefully place your first sticker down on one of the cube's faces. You'll want to do one face at a time so that none of your stickers start touching each other. With your stickers in place, the hard part begins. You'll want to take your X-Acto knife or blade and try and feel around for the grooves of the colored parts of each plastic cube. I'm sorry about the blurry footage, but I think the message gets across clearly enough. A really easy way to help you locate the groove is to look at the other cube faces and compare where the groove is on an uncovered cube, then line up your knife on the covered side. You can see how the final result might look when done properly in this picture. And the awesome part about it is once you've gone along each individual edge, you can just peel off the outer parts of the sticker. Once you've done that, now you just repeat the process 5 more times, once for each face. If you make any serious cutting errors, that's what you have extra stickers printed for. Now, I personally wouldn't let any small cuts here and there make you start over. You know, there's a certain charm to flaws when it comes to homemade DIY projects. But once all 6 sides are done, or even after each face is done, take the flat edge of your knife or any object with a small tip and brush off any extra sticker residue that you find on the black borders of the cube that shouldn't be there. Finally, give yourself a pat on the back. You just made your own Minecraft-themed Rubik's Cube. This next clip is of my friend Matt scrambling and then solving our new cube in front of the camera with the timer going. He also breaks down the mental process when it comes to solving a Rubik's Cube, as well as how he got his start. It's not a record time or anything, but it's way better than I can do. And he said it only took him a day or 2 to get the hang of it. Here's me asking him some questions. It may be a little hard to hear him, so keep your ears alert. So, just what goes through your head when you're like recording, like when you're trying to solve a cube? Like, what's the first thing you look at when you are like, what's the first thing you look at a cube? What's the first step?
Well, the first step, I look at all like the middle pieces on either side of the cube.
Why do you do that?
Because the middle pieces are stationary; they never move. So I just figure out where I want all the pieces to go and how they correlate with all the middle pieces, because the middle pieces are always going to be on the same exact side. So basically, you just want to move the other pieces around.
So there's a certain pattern that you like know to follow every single time you're doing this, or?
Yeah, I just learned it simply online. And just there's 6 different steps that it takes to solve the cube, basically, and then you just solve it layer by layer. So you start with solving one face, and by solving the first face, it actually solves the first layer of it.
All the little sides on the sides of it?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the next part of it, you solve the middle layer, and you just do that by, there's a pattern. Either you can move the pieces to the left or to the right, and you just turn the cube to face you in the right way, and then you do the pattern, and it's always the same pattern until, you just go step by step.
And what do you think is the hardest part about doing the Rubik's Cube with this texture on it instead of a regular one? What was the biggest obstacle?
I think the biggest obstacle was that every side has gray on it.
Yeah, you can't really tell.
As opposed to being solid color flush throughout the whole thing.
That could get really confusing. Some of these are really hard to tell apart. Well, you did good.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Shout out to Matt!
Thanks, guys.
Well, guys, I hope you found this video useful in making your very own Minecraft-themed Rubik's Cube. Seriously, this thing is awesome. Let me know what faces you decide you want to use on your cube in the comment section of this video. I think I'm going to turn this one into a bunch of mob heads. We're going to put Drumstick on here. I'm going to have my character on here. Probably a couple other mobs too. But let me know what you're going to do. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, you learned something from it, or you maybe inspired you to try it out for yourself, please, a rating would be much appreciated on the video. It goes a long way. And above all else, I hope you have fun with your very own cube. Make sure you subscribe so you can see more DIY videos when they come out, as well as other awesome Minecraft content. And with that, I've got a cube to solve. Thanks for watching.